What's good, family? It's your boy VE to the double L E, aka the 60 card God, the 60 card GOAT, whatever you want to call it. That's what I am, because all I do is win, win, win. And as you can see by this beautiful mat, we had a quarter century bonanza tournament. It was also a box tournament. So these are my spoils, another impulse and the nice QCR. The other thing was the Mimic Gold Secret. And I did it, of course, undefeated. I did have one draw, but that game I was in a position to win. But, you know, sometimes you just run out of time. So shout out to my boy JJ for the second place finish. But here's the first place deck. And you know, I've been bringing it until the wheels fall off. And I got something new coming for y'all real soon. So let me give you what I played. I played Azamina, Kashtira, Fiendsmith, Yubel. It's a lot. 60 card deck. So we'll start off with the standard stuff. I won't have to explain this. 2 Yubels, 2 Spirits of Yubel. I've been on this since the beginning. I really don't like the one. And then, of course, the 1 Terror Incarnate. Using your standard stuff. 3 Lotus, 2 Squirmer, 3 Becky. The only note I'll make about this is there were some times I wanted that Chaos Summoning Beast. I know it's a brick, but these are basically bricks after like you resolve the first one. So having that second one, having like you can go to 2 of these or play 3 of these and the one, it would be fine. Wouldn't kill anything. Fiendsmith cards. Of course, you got the Lacrima, 3 Engraver, 1 Lurie, 1 Red Dog, and then my Kashtira package changed up a little bit this time. I played 1 Unicorn, 2 Fenrir. I think Fenrir is just better for going second. Unicorn is really good for going first, and we have so many ways to get to it. So this is 3 copies, but we have more. Then we only played 1 Witch this go around. So Witch is really good, but only when paired with combo pieces already. So if you open up, she pairs really well with this package, because you can go Fenrir, search Unicorn, then send this, set the Deception, use Deception, send her, get the Azamina, special summon Unicorn, get Birth, and then activate Hollowed Azamina and get your Renegade online. And then hand traps changed drastically this time too. So we played 3 Ash, and then we played 3 Perulia and 2 Furos. The reason why we played the Jellyfish in the main instead of the side is simply because going first, this deck is already crazy. But sometimes going second, we need a couple more pieces in order to break boards. So obviously these are the easy side outs going first. But playing these in a 60 card deck, going first or second is fine. I resolved Perulia and Furos a couple times. Double Furos 1 person. Then Droll. So just because I was playing the Perulias and things like that, I really didn't have space for the 3rd Droll because of some other spice I'm playing in this deck. But the 3rd Droll could definitely come in. You could argue playing the 3rd Droll over the 3rd Perulia, but and then 2 Imperms. And then we'll get to the spells, and we play a bunch of field spells. So there's 3 Throne. I played 2 for Terraforming and Set Rotation. That's the reason why you play 2 of these, because there's plenty of times where you'll draw this and then don't have anything, so you want to cut out the dead cards. Plus, it's never bad just adding the pieces. Sometimes you can add the piece, and then ditch it off of opening or send it from Deception, whatever you need to do. So it's never bad. The 1 Birth, then we got opening, 2 Tracked. I think that's right in this version. 1 Call By, 2 Nightmare. This was kind of a deck building error, and there's 2 deck building errors. 1 you'll see in the side deck. This should have been 3. It could have been 3-1. 2 Deception's fine, but honestly, once you resolve it that one time, you're good. Especially, this would be better if I played the other 2 Azamina monsters because the combo lets you make Murcielago. So even when you put this back, Murcielago searches the trap to give you an interruption during your opponent's turn. But I didn't do that this week. Then the one hollowed. 2 tactics. I tried 3. I didn't like it. It's not a card you want to see always, but when you see it, it's nice because there's so many hand traps still in the format. 1 for 1, obviously. And then on the trap side, we have 1 chamber, 1 statue, and then today we played that day we played Eternal Favorite. Because Eternal Favorite, sometimes you have Nightmare Pain, you use Nightmare Pain, you summon off. And sometimes you get into the grind, and this really helps against like Tempai decks like that. This also lets you beat Tempai in the battle phase, which we really don't have many ways of doing that. If they don't shotgun Transcendent, there are very few ways in the battle phase to take care of the Tempai board where we don't get killed. So it's a rough matchup, mostly because of Pydra. If it was just like Fadra and Chandra, we'd be able to beat those. But Pydra stops them from taking the damage back, so we can't Nightmare Pain force them to kill themselves. And then the extra deck, standard stuff for the most part. 1 Requiem, 1 Sequence, 1 Moon, which, I mean, we almost never play Moon. We make it in like combo spots, and sometimes you need to swap some stuff off, and this is the easiest way to make Rabbit if you get your Shavar stuck on board. 1 Yama, 1 Rage, 1 SP, 1 Rabbit, which is criminally underrated. Then we have the 1 Ilya Silva, and we played 1 copy of Arudris. Then we have Desiree, Eater. We played 3 Phantom. This is not long for this world. This card is broken. But honestly, 2 would have been fine. Probably could have just played the Caesar in the main deck over that. But instead, we played Lovely Defender, which again is a crazy card. You could use Eternal Favorite, Super Poly off your board, which I have done. You Super Poly them off the board, Super Poly your opponent's board. They burn for the damage, so it puts you ahead even going into time. They never want to attack into it because it banishes the card. It can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. So it's really hard to out Tempai. The only out Tempai has to this is Samurai Destroyer. But normally we just block the Samurai Destroyer. Once you Super Poly off their board, they don't have a way to make Samurai Destroyer. So I say Super Poly, but it's just a Eternal Favorite. And then this card. But like I said, this could have probably been Caesar. We didn't main Caesar. So let's get to the side deck. Side deck, 2 Bystials. And then we played 2 Numeron Wall, a little spicy. Basically, this stops you from getting OTK'd. So if you're playing against like siding against Tempai, and you build your board and they're really trying to OTK, all you have to do is make sure there's a monster that is on the board available for you to take damage. Once you take damage, you can special summon this from your hand. It ends the battle phase, so it stops Tempai's push. And then, forces them on like Seal's Pass or whatever. Make Black Rose or something stupid. 2 Cosmic, because you have to respect decks. 2 D-Barrier, because again, I don't like Tempai. And also, I think this card will transition to 3 once Razil comes out. 2 Evenly, card's crazy. And now here, let me get to my deck error here. So this is 2 Thrust, but I was doing some testing before I got my Thrust in. And so I had another hollowed Azamina, but it was a proxy for a 3rd Thrust in my side. It was just a number. So this should have been a 3rd Thrust, but I didn't catch this till I started siding. So it just basically said it never came out of the side because I'm never playing 2 hollow Azamina. Feather Duster is broken, and then I sided the Caesar Valius because you don't need it every matchup. But like I said, I could have taken out the 2nd Phantom. I mean, the 3rd Phantom and played this. I honestly still didn't make it a lot, so you can live without it. But that is the deck. What were my rounds? I played against White. Well, we'll just go in reverse order. My last round was against Fire King Azamina. I took that. My only draw was against White Forest, Toy Box, Azamina, which can do some crazy stuff. Shout out to my boy JJ again, like I said. The game was a grind fest game 2, so we didn't have enough time to finish game 3, but my hand was so nice. And speaking of which, I probably should have played Super Poly, because you can't use there's no way for you to place Eternal Favorite on the board face up and use it during the same turn. So you have to play Super Poly, so that if it ever goes into time or gets to time, if you play the Super Polys, you can Super Poly off your own stuff, burn your opponent, and then combo, and then you can turn the fusion into Phantom, still set yourself up for the Eternal Favorite play, so you can burn your opponent twice during the main phase. So they're behind and they'll stay behind. It also just wins you the game, so it doesn't really matter. It basically doesn't change anything except for using Super Poly to you break your board down by like 1 or 2 monsters, and then burn your opponent for like 1,000 or 1,500. You link off the Phantom, then you link off the Lovely Defender, then turn the Lovely Defender plus a 0/0 Fiend into a Phantom, and you continue your combo from there. So you still end on full combo. That was that. Let's see. So Fire King beat them. Fire King Azamina. Shout out to Ben. The Toy Box deck beat that. What else did I play against? Round 1, I played Voiceless Voice against my teammate David. And thanks to Perulia's, I was able to close him out pretty quickly. And then round 2 was, I think it was Pure Kashtira. Maybe it was a real deck. Either way, I went undefeated. Got my spoils. Tried this deck before. The ban list sends Phantom to 1. Even when they send Phantom to 1, honestly, not a whole lot of change. This card will be more important later. And then, you only have 1 and 1. So the deck will look a little different, especially because we're getting that Fiend dude come January. So that's the deck, my boys. It's your boy. It's the GOAT. VE to the double LE signing out.